Hey guys. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I know it is early morning. Well, I mean, kind of early. It's 9. um, and I know a lot of you are at work, but I needed to do this when my daughter was at home and my husband is working nights, so he's sleeping and she's at school. So, yeah, it should be quiet unless my dog is snoring, which you probably will hear. All right, so I am doing boosting party sales, and I know that a lot of this stuff is actually already in the host coaching guide, but the host coaching guide is liquid gold, you guys. It works. It does. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we'll get started. And if you have any questions, of course, reach out to me because if you're watching the playback, then you won't be able to put it in the chat, of course. Okay. So I made just a little slideshow here. All right, so boosting sales like the amazing book boss you are, because all of you are book bosses and you're amazing. You just maybe don't know it yet. All right, so one of the most important things of course, following the host coaching guide. And if you have not seen the new host coaching guide in Book Harvesters, then please reach out to me or Lindsay or your sponsor, team leader, whoever, and make sure you have that, because if you're not following the hostess coaching, then you are 100% doing something wrong. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true because it really does help your party sales. So when you're going through the tasks and somebody says, let me move everyone out of the way here. Might not. Hold on. Move this out of the way so you all can see everything. So when you're going through and you start off and somebody says, hey, I want to book a party, you're excited. You're like, yes, I got something on my calendar. I can't wait. Share that excitement, you guys. Like, they need to feel that you're excited. You need to feel that they're excited. When there's joint excitement, then everything goes smoothly. So make that task about them. Every task that they have to complete, make it about them. So start off with, I just used Cassie. So, excuse me. Hey, Cassie, let's fill your bookshelves with as many books from your wish list as we can. I just sent you an email explaining the best way to invite. You'll notice our method is a bit different from most, but it's so much more effective. So you just created that task, letting them know how to invite, but you made it about them. You just said in there, I want to help you fill your bookshelf. And when they read that, they're like, yes, I want to fill my bookshelf. Like, I'm so excited. So make it about them. If they have less than 25 people invited, send another message and say, hey, let's get your first reward. Our parties tend to be most successful with around 25 people going. If you can get your RSVP up to that before the party, I'll add a free bookworm. Okay, sorry guys, autocorrect. A free book from your wish list to your rewards. Try looking through your friends list from the bottom to the top, and that'll give you a fresh look. There will likely be people that you missed. So again, you just made that about them. You're helping them get more people invited to the party, which more than likely means more sales, of course, more free books, and they get to pick more books off their wish list. When you are doing the recommendation post, this is important because the recommendation post is where it's going to grab somebody's eye. So if somebody's never been to a party before, or they went to a party but they haven't looked at the books in a while, you're going to want to share books that really bring them in, suck them in. If you're just showing one book, maybe taking a screenshot or just sharing the link to that book but not telling anything about it, then how are they going to know why it's so awesome? I mean, everybody can read off the website and go, oh, okay, so this book is about blah, 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 what they write. They're not going to know your point of view. So if you recommend, All Better, one thing I always say is All Better is such an awesome reusable sticker book, and these stickers never lose their stick. If they start to get gross, just wash them under the sink and they stick again. It's also great for hand-eye coordination. It matches colors, it matches animals. It's just amazing, and every kid loves it. They wouldn't know those things. They would read a couple of those things on the site, but they wouldn't know all that stuff. And I just made it sound amazing, like who doesn't want it? And like I said, the new host coaching guide, it walks you step by step on what to do. Let me bring it up here real quick. I've got it handy, I think. Yes. Okay. So here is the new host coaching guide, in which I said, if you don't have it, let me or Lindsay, your upline, know. And this, seriously, it's copy and paste, so your first conversation, let's schedule the party. Let them know that, you're excited, they're excited. Write down her info, obviously. So these are all things that are so important, you guys. Like, host coaching is amazing. It's going to be your best friend. And like I said, copy and paste is going to be your new best friend, because it gives you word for word what to say. So when you're going through the host coaching guide and you are like, oh, I don't know how to word that because I'm just not that great with words, it's right there. All you got to do is highlight it, copy it, paste it, send it, boom, like, hello. Also, a number one thing you're going to want to do is build a relationship. Relationships are a big thing with your host and with her party guests. So when you build a relationship with your host, ask questions about her. Genuinely get to know her. Find out what her kids like. What are their ages? Do they go to school? Are they in preschool? Do they stay home? Does she have a job? Genuinely feel her out and get to know her. You want to build a relationship with her. You want her to trust you. You guys want to build a friendship. And that way, she might be more acceptable to joining too. If you figure out that she's a stay-at-home mom and money's tight, let her know how awesome this could be for her. When you're building relationships, then you're also building potential hostess, potential people to join. You're making new best friends. There's just so many endless options for that. All right, so the recommendation post is, like I said, a huge thing. This is where it draws people in. I mean, you are drawing them into these books. You're showing them books that maybe they didn't even know are on the site, especially for older kids. I know a lot of people struggle figuring out what book is great for their child that is reading chapter books. So this is an awesome way, an opportunity to, let them know which books are going to work for their children. So what I do is I put up my recommendation post. I wait about a day, 24 hours. And then if people who have hit going or maybe have not commented on that yet, I will tag them. And I'm saying tag in a professional way because it makes it look cleaner, nicer, that you care, instead of just like, hey, like Sarah Dunn, gonna throw you out there, Lindsay, Heather, if you leave their last names on there, it kind of looks like, I don't know, jumbled, I guess you would say, kind of cluttery. So if you put that person's name in there, you tag them, and then just delete the last name and leave the first name, it still tags them. And another thing is, if you're trying to tag somebody and it won't come up, their name doesn't highlight in blue, put the @ sign in front of it first. So @ and then start typing Sarah, and it will pop up their name. And then the @ goes away once you hit that tag. So take away their last names and then say, I can't wait to hear about the kids in your lives. Comment below and tell me about them. It's simple. If they don't want to do it, that's fine. But you did it in a better way than just being like, hey, like, I just tagged you, but you don't really know what you're supposed to do here. So figure it out. All right. Also, like I said, make it about them. When you are sharing books, why would their kid love that book? Like I gave the All Better example. Why would they like that book? Well, every kid loves stickers. These are reusable stickers. Kids like matching things. They like putting Band-Aids on things. There's just endless possibilities of explaining why your child is going to like that book. Think about your own kids or grandkids or nieces, nephews, like, why do they like the books? Explain that. They need to know. I also said explain each book. If you don't know the description, like, fake it. You can get on YouTube, you can watch a video. That's what I'll do if I'm like, oh man, that book's new and I haven't seen it yet. I'm not really sure how to explain it. I'll go to YouTube and I'll watch a YouTube video on it. And then I go back and I comment on that post and I'm like, oh my gosh, this book is so amazing because blah, 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 blah. Like, I didn't know that before, just make it work. Do not feel restricted to their list. So when they say, my dog's eating a wrapper. My daughter only likes Paw Patrol and Mickey Mouse. Not very helpful for us. Okay, so maybe she said Mickey Mouse, Paw Patrol, and ABCs. So you're like only thinking ABC books. No, go in and find, go to most popular books and start scrolling through that and be like, oh, okay, so that's the most popular book for that age. I bet they would like that one. Do not feel restricted to their list. A lot of times I will do 2 or 3 books and then I'll do some sort of activity book because I think a lot of people do not know what our activity books are and how many awesome ones we have to offer. If you want to get real excited about it and you have several books on hand, you could always send them a video. So get on Snapchat and you can record a quick video opening the books, recommending, and send it to their messenger. I send all my recommendations through Messenger, and I will go into that. So this is how I do it. So on the recommendation post, they comment and I will respond. So on the right, there's the example. So this girl said, Jude is 9 months, loves animals, bright colors, and chewing on board books that we read. Haha, funny. So I messaged her with some ideas, and after I did, I said, I sent you a message with some books for Jude, one he can even chew on, and it will be okay. And she responded with, I didn't get your message. So it went to that awful, dreaded other folder that no one knows how to find. And so if you send your direct messenger link to her, then they click on that link there, what I posted at the bottom, the ME Sylvia Greer 4, they click on that and it goes directly to their message. So you have opened up that messenger already. So those people that you send messages to at the end of the party and you say, hey, thanks so much for joining us. Are you interested in hosting a party of your own? And they never open them or see them. That's why. They've never got it. They've never seen it. It has went to the other place. So this is a great way to set up that messenger. They've already got your name. It's going to keep popping up if you send them another message, so they've already got it. So what I do is in Book Harvesters, there is the recommendations folder, and it has those cute little pictures there of books. So like I said, I give a little blurb about it. Our fold out 1, 2, 3 counting book is great for floor time. It folds out on the floor and stands up by itself. So just a little blurb about why it's cool. It's right there. I probably should have did more, but this party had like 15 people who need recommendations. Otherwise, I usually say it's great for tummy time. It has colors, black and white, because babies start seeing in black and white first. I should have been better. But that's what I do. So I'm also building a relationship with this person. I have personally taken the time to message them in their messenger recommendations just for her son, Jude, who I'm sure she's over the moon excited about. He's 9 months, it's her only son. So she is thinking, ooh, everything I need. Okay, yeah, I need it for him. I need it. So if you don't know how to get to your username, when you go to your messenger, and actually I can show you on my phone too here. So you click on your messenger here, and at the top is your little profile picture. So you click on that and it pops up with that same screenshot that I showed, and you can see it's right here. So when you click on that, it says edit username, or share. So if you want to edit it, which I did because I think it was numbers before, I really honestly can't remember. I edited it and put in Sylvia Greer. So when you hit the share here, it pops up and lets you know where to share it. So I actually copied it to my notes, so I have it really handy. And when I am sending recommendations, I've got my notes linked to my computer and to my phone. So I just open that. I will copy that. So once I've sent that message with those recommendations, then I always comment and I tag that person. So I'm just going to say, Lindsay Fur, I sent you a message with some recommendations. I hope you like what I sent you. And then I add that link so they can directly click to that link. It's really easy, and it's an amazing, amazing way to build that relationship. So kind of going before, during, and after, when you start a party, not every host knows that they need to comment and interact on every post. This might be the very first party these people have hosted. Maybe it was the very first party that they joined before this, the party that they got hooked on the books and wanted to host. Maybe that's the first Facebook party they had ever joined because they're actually interested. So I always say, hey, don't forget to comment and interact on every post. The more excited you are, then the more excited your guests will be. I always message every single guest, even if they have only been invited, they haven't hit going or maybe yet, I still message them. So on Facebook, I go and I'm doing events, you guys. So it's pretty simple. Let me just bring up an event on my phone too so I can show you. I think y'all would know where to go, but just in case not. Okay, so I'm having a Scentsy party coming up. So when I go to my friends list here, I have the list here of my friends who are going, invited, blah, blah, blah. I hit message friends and it pops up. You can click all these here. And then when you type this message here, I will type in, then send separately. When you hit send separately, it sends it to all of those people in a separate message instead of one giant mass group message. So I always send a welcome message, and I make it general because I don't do every single person's name, and I just say, hey, welcome to Welcome to Lindsay's party. I'm so excited she invited you, and I can't wait to share all these great books with you. That's it. I just send a quick message, and you know what? About half the people message me back and say, hey, so excited too, or, I've never been to a party, or they read it and they don't respond, but then they hit going because they hadn't hit going yet. Then they get it. And what's awesome about when you send messages is it also sends the link to the party in the message. So they know exactly where they have to go to get back to that party, because sometimes it's confusing to find that event, So it's simple. Before the party, 10 minutes before, I send out a reminder message. So once again, they have that link handy. So I just send a quick message and I say, hey, 10 minutes till party time, woohoo! And then they've seen the message, they have the link to the party right there. So simple, and it's just a nice reminder. If the other thing I tell her is I say, hey, don't be afraid to tag your friends. If you see a book that you think their kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, students, whatever, if you think they're going to like that book, don't be afraid to tag them and say, hey, I think your son would so love this book. You as a host need to comment on every single post too, reply to everyone's comments, and be excited. If you don't know what to respond to a comment, put a GIF, if they say something and you're like, I don't really have a response for that, put a GIF on there, because the more comments you get, the more people who see it. I always also do follow-up messages. The day the party is ending, that afternoon, I will once again use that message feature, and I will send out a reminder message, or I'll have her, whichever one, and I say, or have her say, hey, just a quick reminder, my party is closing this afternoon, like, please don't forget to reach out to me or Sylvia if you have any questions. I will also reach out to all my guests after their books have arrived. So I usually wait a couple weeks, and then I open up a tab in my e-commerce and I just go through the list, and I have my Facebook tab open of the party, and I'll go through and I'll just message those people and say, hey, did you get your books? Which one is your favorite? You're also opening that line of communication, building a relationship. All right, so Facebook algorithms also help in a party, or even just posting in your VIP pages or on your personal page. So Facebook algorithms are awful. I mean, Facebook is kind of the devil. So the more comments you get, the more people who see it. And what's even more crazy is they might not even see it until 2 days later. So the more comments, the better. So something that we've been doing in my group is add an Uzzy buddy or your sponsor, your team leader, or make a friend, and add them to your party. So last night I had one of my girls, she had a party and it was great. And me and her sponsor both joined, and we commented like we were guests, because you know what? It boosted all those posts. And after the party was over, I think it was 2 or 3 more people got on and were like, oh, hey, sorry to the party. You know why? Because it probably popped up on their status. So they got on and they were scrolling through Facebook and they were like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that party. They clicked on there. Guaranteed. I guarantee it. So it helps. Like, have your friends on there. There's no problem with that. You know what? Because none of the guests know. I mean, they don't know that we're book ladies too, unless they go to our Facebooks and stalk us. I mean, it's a great way to just boost those parties. Another great thing is when you are posting, not necessarily in a party, but definitely in your VIP group, do not put the link on your post. So I put up the wrong way, and Facebook flags links and the word comment, because once again, they're the devil. So the one on the right is wrong. So I said, the book is back. I put the link and I said, comment below if you want one. The one on the left is the one that I actually posted in my VIP group. So I posted with no link. I didn't say anything about commenting below. I just said, post a fun photo if you want to. And you know what? I had 2 people comment that they wanted to order that book. And as you can see, I didn't block her name out, sorry, but she's a customer. Margot commented and she said, I want this. Like, I didn't say anything about, if you want it, comment. 2 people commented, 2 people got that book. So that is a right and a wrong way. Something else that I had read about is when you write comment, if you put a sunshine where the O should be, that Facebook won't always flag that. So if you need to write comment below, put a sunshine in there. So like C sunshine, MEMMENT, and it will hopefully take that out. The other thing you can do is write like, you know what to do, put the thumb down thing so they know, they get it. Everybody gets it. If they want something or they're interested, whether you say comment or not comment, they're going to comment. If you put up like, hey, I'm having a party, like, yay, Scentsy, they're going to comment if they want to be invited. It's just something we do. It's natural. You don't have to tell them what to do. So that's a great thing to keep in mind. And I think that's all I got. Yep. So those are just some things. If you're in Book Harvesters and you go to photos, I hope you guys all know this, but I know there's some newbies, so these are always, if you go here to book recs, that is where all those book recommendations come in. And there's even a blank one. So you can save this and drag this into Canva, which is what I do. And then you can add your own pictures and message on here to do your own book recs. So when you go through here, there's all kinds of different recommendations. I actually don't mind my desktop. I actually have a folder with recommendations, and when I upload in here, I put in the name. So then if I just go to search and I'm like, man, they like dinosaurs. If I just start typing in dinosaurs, then all 3 of those with dinosaurs came up. So it makes it simple to find. It's really quick and easy. I have a ton in here. I actually need to upload some to the folder, but that is how I do my recommendations. If you guys have any questions, of course, let me know, and I will answer any questions you have. I'm trying to find my Zoom here. So I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you all have a great day. Thanks, guys.